Good morning, guys. Welcome to Liverpool FC Journal. I'm Owen James. This is your Liverpool news update, guys. January transfer window closes today. The window, as it always says, slams shut today. Look, I think there was a lot of hope, expectation coming into this window that Liverpool would make signings, that we'd replenish the ranks and kick on again, ready to go for the second half of the season. However, obviously that hasn't appeared to be the case. We're going to report today on one deal that has collapsed. I guess you're all getting excited about a new signing. And then one deal that has been agreed, but unfortunately that player will not be arriving until the summer. But hey, it is what it is, guys, on that one. Obviously, yesterday, unfortunately, the Manx Scum won, so move above us, unfortunately. So it is all to play for. Still Liverpool down now in 6th place, going into next Sunday's game against Manchester City. Manchester City slipping up yet again, pretty much handing the title to Arsenal. Arsenal have got to pretty much have one of their Arteta proper choke jobs now, I think, not to win the league going forward. Right, let's have a little look, shall we, at some of these stories that are going round this morning. So, look, it seemed like that the young lad from Sunderland, Leipzig, Sunderland, you tell me where he's from, because he certainly seems to have kind of be from somewhere. I don't know. It was a strange deal, a complicated deal. For Jacquet, the right back, centre back, defensive midfield player, a guy who would have, I think, filled a number of needs for Liverpool. He is on loan at Sunderland from RB Leipzig, and it is now obviously been reported, last night, that his move to Liverpool, a move that he was extremely keen on, has collapsed. I bet the young lad is absolutely gutted that move has collapsed. Obviously, a chance to go and play Champions League football, a chance to play for one of the biggest teams in the world, a chance to play for a team that is competing for trophies. To go somewhere where he would have really, I think, obviously furthered his career. But it is what it is. It is what it is, guys. He's obviously, this deal has collapsed because of the fact that Sunderland didn't agree to it. It was really complicated, I guess, because he's on loan from Leipzig. He's at Sunderland, so the deal couldn't be agreed between Liverpool and Leipzig. It had to be agreed between Liverpool and Sunderland, and Sunderland obviously couldn't get a replacement for Gertrude. Wouldn't obviously sanction that loan swap, so the deal has collapsed. Now, a lot of this is down to, I think, the fact that everything was left lastminute.com yet again, like the Gahey debacle from the summer, where obviously everything was left to the last day of the window, ran out of time, deal collapsed, and it all fell apart again. It's kind of a Groundhog Day-esque situation, and you would have hoped, wouldn't you, that Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards would have learnt from that summer debacle that this happens. You've got to obviously do this in more time, and we've needed a right back, we've needed a centre back throughout the entire window. So why leave it until the very end to try and negotiate it? To me, makes no sense whatsoever. Now, it seems that the club then went into damage limitation mode, as was reported by Alex Crook, the TalkSport football correspondent. He said that with Joe Gomez close to return to fitness and a hope that Jeremy Frimpong is not far behind, Liverpool are now not planning to push ahead with a deal for Gertrude. Interesting, that, isn't it? The deal collapses because of the fact that it was left last minute, because of the fact that everything was kind of, just rushed, and it was a deal that, if you wanted to get this done, if you'd done this a week ago, 2 weeks ago, it may have got done. You leave it last minute, it's not going to get done. But then it's kind of turned around and reported that, it's actually, Liverpool have decided they don't want him because Gomez is nearly fit and Frimpong's he's not far behind him. Yeah, likely story. I think that's a little bit of Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards realising they were going to get a whole load of shit and a lot of criticism, and decided to try and go into damage limitation mode. For me, Richard Hughes, to me, needs to learn from his mistakes. He doesn't appear to be learning from his mistakes. He made this mistake with Gahey in the summer. He's now made this mistake again. To me, this is something he has to learn from. If he fails to do this, then you've got to kind of question, is he the right person to be the sporting director at a huge club like Liverpool? Whilst this may fly at a club like Bournemouth, it certainly doesn't at a club like Liverpool. So, Richard Hughes, jury's out on you, mate. Jury is firmly out on you. Big style. Right, let's talk about this man here, Jeremy Jacquet, French centre-back, currently plays for Rennes in Ligue 1, one of the most talented up-and-coming centre-backs in world football. In fact, described as one of the best centre-back, probably the best young centre-back in world football. quality footballer, really good footballer. Now, originally it was reported that Chelsea, Bayern Munich and Liverpool were all battling for the signature of this centre-back. Top player, like I said, a really, really top player. It appears that Liverpool have won that race, with Fabrizio Romano reporting last night, breaking: Jeremy Jacquet to Liverpool, here we go, deal agreed now for June 2026 as revealed. Understand fee is €60 million plus 10 million in add-ons to Rennes. Jeremy has agreed personal terms with Liverpool Football Club. Agreement done for summer 2026. One of the most talented centre-backs in the world. Look, that's massively positive that this deal has been agreed, that we're getting in one of the best centre-backs in world football, one of the best young centre-backs in world football, to add obviously to Giovanni Leone, who there is a lot of hope that he is going to be very, very talented for the future. Jacquet is just 20 years old. Now, look, if this is a situation that we get obviously the Konate deal done as well. Having four centre-backs like Jacquet, Leone, Konate and Van Dijk going into next season would be excellent news for Liverpool. Absolutely fantastic news for Liverpool. Jacquet's made 18 appearances in Ligue 1 this season from a possible 20. Played 90% of the starting 11s, 99% of the minutes for Rennes. Has also played in the French Cup as well. Like I said, this is a very, very, very good young footballer. A guy who has a massive future in the game. He's very good on the ball, very good in aerial duels, very good on the ground, very quick as well, reads the game exceptionally well. He's an out-and-out centre-back. You know, this is what he is. He is a centre-back. He's not a hybrid. He's not a right-back. He's not a left-back. He's not a defensive midfielder. He is a centre-back, an out-and-out centre-back. Started his career with Clermont Foot, made 24 appearances for them, scoring 2 goals and 2 assists. Has made 31 appearances for Rennes in across all competitions played in Ligue 1, Ligue 2, has played in the Cup. Obviously no European experience as of yet, and is also a French under-21 international. This is exceptionally good news. This is a very, very good footballer. And I suppose it is nice to get a positive like this. Yes, it would have been better possibly if Jacquet had been a player arriving in this winter window. Of course it would have been, you know, I would have liked to have obviously got him in and got him as part of the squad now, but that's not obviously doable. Rennes are not agreeable to that. They have agreed to this summer transfer, so that has got to be positive that deal has been done. You know, it does give Liverpool a good range of centre-back options, doesn't it, going forward. Now, look, I think whatever happens today in the window, I genuinely do not see any single arrivals in this window. I think we will come out the window with the exact same squad as we went into it with, which to me is a little bit disappointing. Realistically, we did need, I think, at least a centre-back and possibly a winger as well. We've now got to go for the rest of the season with the squad we've got and hope the players returning can stay fit, which obviously with Joe Gomez is very unlikely. It is a concern. It is a real worry going through the rest of this window. Now, Liverpool do need to massively build on what we have done in those last 2 games. No more slip-ups are now possible, especially with Manchester United jamming their way and fluking their way to a 3-2 victory over Fulham yesterday. And obviously Chelsea as well, winning games at the moment as well. We do need a consistent level of performance to maintain at least a 4th place finish in the league, which seems sad. But with Villa losing yesterday, you know, hopefully it's a situation where if Liverpool can go on a massive unbeaten run and a positive unbeaten run, not an unbeaten limp like last time, it could be a top threat to the top 3 at very, very least. Guys, I'd love to know your thoughts on the transfer news, on the latest news, and on where Liverpool stand currently in the league. Thanks for watching the Liverpool FC Journal. I will catch you on the next one. Please like, comment, share, and of course, subscribe to the channel.